Hi, this is Kim White with the My Sexy Business team. I am here with my lovely co-host,
Kristi Bridges from One Moment Wiser.
And our cohort in crime,
Coni Meyers with Crystal A Moment Publishing.
We're at the Hope to Hope conference. This is the last session of the conference, and I have to tell you, it's very bittersweet. It's been an amazing conference, yes, but we don't want it to end. It has been amazing.
It's been more than amazing. I think what great gifts we all received and everybody was given.
Yeah. If you are a speaker on the Hope to Hope conference, even this one or one of the previous ones, I just want to thank you again for coming on and sharing your time and being so generous. Yes. This conference is not about selling. It's not about recruiting. We're not asking of you anything except just to listen and find hope in what every one of our speakers had to tell. They told their stories and how they'd come through some things. And it just blesses me because this conference actually came from, the process came from me grieving over the loss of my son. It was his birthday on Wednesday, and he would have been 30 years old. And what a celebration and what an honor to celebrate him with all of you. I am very, very grateful for everybody who is listening online or checked in online. I'm grateful for our team here. I just can't say thank you enough for everybody's participation. So, and I don't want to get serious. This is we're going to end on a really happy note. So I'm going to tell you a funny story about, the conference and about showing up. We have had more technical difficulties during this conference, but we are show up princesses.
Yes.
And I have to tell you, I have had to eat my words more than once on the show up thing. I teach in my masterminds, in classes, everywhere that somebody will stand still and listen to show up. You miss so much by not showing up. So showing up is a huge part of what I'm all about and what I believe. And last year I was at a conference, and vanity and princesses kind of go together sometimes. I wanted to make sure that all my glitter highlights were covered. So I got my hair color and was going to put this hair color on. And I only did that because I couldn't get into who I needed to get in to see. But the conference was 2 days away. And so I knew I had to do it myself, which is not ever a good plan for me. And I did my little glitter highlights and really what I'm talking about is I covered my gray hair. Yeah. But I did that, and then we were off to go to this conference. And I woke up the morning of the conference with a bobblehead. I was allergic to the hair dye, and I am not joking in any form or fashion. I look like a bobblehead.
She swelled before our eyes.
Yes, it was unbelievable. Yes.
I swelled where I didn't look human.
Oh,
and
she's so gorgeous.
I was supposed to go on stage and be a speaker, and I had a choice to make. Mm-hmm. Here I am preaching to everybody to show up, and I could have not shown up. And I really thought hard about it because I thought, my goodness, I don't want this to go down in history. I don't want Facebook and pictures and everything to see my bobblehead. Mm-hmm. So I promptly went to the bathroom, put on my long red princess dress and my crown. Yes. And came out on stage. And I want you to know what I came out to. I came out to Turn Down for What? And if you've never heard that song, you need to listen to it. The clean version. But Turn Down for What is a theme song of mine in particular because I don't want to turn down for anything.
That's right.
I don't want to stop on the mission that God has me on. I don't want to slow down. I don't want to get off track. I absolutely don't want to turn down for anything.
Yes.
So I think it's safe to say that we didn't turn down for anything, and we didn't let all the technical difficulties stop us. We have shown up, and I am proud of that. Not prideful proud, but I'm proud of the fact that we have the tenacity to know that this conference matters enough to show up.
Yes.
Oh, and show up we did. Sometimes with a little bit of stress in our faces, but we were there.
Someday we'll tell you all the behind the scenes things.
I
Right
think
now
we need to do a bloopers of crypto.
I think the bobble-headed princess does not need any more blooper reels. I have plenty out there.
I'm just hoping our conference room doesn't have a video camera because you guys might see us wobbling on YouTube.
These two were getting a little out of control. I'm going to say they don't go to
Wait a
bed
minute.
when they're supposed to. They're supposed to go to bed on time, and they don't do it, so they're kind of giddy. So before we came on this, I'll confess. I had them up doing the wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby. Because that's how we roll.
That's right.
That chokes me up.
And yes, all of
you
us.
want to do it again.
Yeah.
And yes, all of us, including Coni Meyers of Crystalline Moments Publishing.
She's a great wobbler.
She's a great wobbler.
Do you know how long that song goes on? And on and on. Oh my gosh.
Marcus Howard says, thank you so much. I tell you what, Pastor Marcus Howard, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
I had so much fun talking to you, and I look forward to doing it again. And I know our viewers enjoyed you.
Yes.
Very much
Thank you, Pastor Marcus, for always showing up. You are our show up guy, too, because you have been there through thick and thin, and we appreciate you showing up.
Mm-hmm. And for sharing your lovely, lovely Angela.
Yes.
Boy, what peace she brings with her.
Mm-hmm. That she's a stark contrast. I just want to point this out too. She's a very stark contrast to this crew.
Oh yeah.
This crew's rowdy, and she's so sweet and peaceful and like so wise. And then here we are over here, wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby. So I appreciate her anytime I can get her. I love her to pieces, and I'm thankful for you to be here. Thankful that you're watching on this last session. We don't want to take up a lot of time to end it. We just wanted to get on and acknowledge everybody and say how much we appreciate everybody coming. This conference is all about giving hope. It does have a purpose, and we do believe it's life-changing and world-changing. We've already had quite a few thousand people with us on the conference, which is amazing because when it started, I didn't even know if anyone would show up the first time, but I knew I felt called to do it, and I showed up. Mm-hmm. So now this one has absolutely exceeded my expectations, and I feel like in the future they'll just continue to grow.
Absolutely.
Our next one will be the last of July, if you want to mark your calendars.
I'm glad you finished that sentence. Our next one will be the last one. The last of July, and there's more.
The last of July is the next Hope to Hope conference.
Oh, we're already planning for it.
So I'd like to just recap quickly the awesome sauce that was on today. We had a really power-packed day.
Yes.
I think the greatest way to start off today was with the rowdy squirrel.
Oh my goodness.
That's such a great beginning.
Rebecca and Jenny Chapman. And Jenny's, how old is Jenny?
16.
16. Her, well, why don't you tell the story since
Her mama would tell the stories of Rowdy Squirrel when they were young. And Lenny's the older daughter, and she was going to leave home and get married, and she wanted to give her a gift. Her mom wanted to give her a gift of those stories. And so she didn't think anyone would want them except, her kids. And she's found out quite the contrary.
Yes.
That a publisher picked her up, and she's got another book in the works. Mm-hmm. And if you haven't read The Adventures of Rowdy Squirrel by Rebecca Chapman, you need to get on and find it because it is adorable.
It's on both Amazon and Barnes & Noble. And if you go to the interview, the links to the book are there.
That's awesome. And then who did we have next?
We had
Pastor Angela, wasn't it?
Yes, Angela, yes.
Pastor Angela Howard, Pastor Marcus's hottie. She came on and was with us and blessed us just to our middles.
Absolutely.
She's so wise. She's so practical. I think the thing that just amazes me is I'm privileged to know all the the list of titles that she carries and the things that she does in the community, in the church, in business, in all of these different arenas, and just to know that she's congruent.
Yes.
She is the same wherever she is. She loves Jesus. She has no problem with sharing that, but she also is very practical in her applying what she's been taught from the Word of God. And I think that is just a huge, she's precious. That's what she's just very
And
precious.
she shared with us ways to apply, ways to be a real friend at times where we might feel like helpless in that arena or useless in that arena. She helped us understand that our presence is sometimes more important than anything we can do, and gave us some really good tips.
I loved when she was talking about their church in the wall and
Yes.
how have people come and just kind of look through the windows, and it was if you did not see it, it's worth taking the time to watch for sure.
For sure.
And being that this is the day before Easter Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't have a church and you are in the Tulsa area, or if you're within 12 hours, you still have time to get there.
That's right. It doesn't start till noon.
It doesn't start till noon. So if you are in the area, go and check out their church, because man, they have church. I just want you to know they have church. And if you don't like hugs, get over it and go anyway, because they will love on you and make you know that that they love you, Jesus loves you, and they have no problem applying that knowledge.
Hugs are a medical necessity.
Exactly.
Dr. Marcus says so.
Exactly. Now we're quoting Dr. Marcus as if he said that. We're just going to add to it. He's met us before.
He meant so.
I love it.
And then who is next? Scotty's got the list.
Rodney Flowers.
Oh,
yes.
My
Oh
goodness.
my gosh.
Wow.
Rodney took off running.
Yeah.
We had technical difficulties getting him on, and then once he got on, he made up for lost time. He was just gone.
He was like a rocket.
And I want to encourage you to go back and listen to him again, because he talked way too fast for you to have caught all what he said. If you go back and play it and then maybe take a snippet and chew on that for a while and then chew on another snippet, that's a Rodney Flowers. He's funny, because I'll just say, when you're in a conversation with him that's not, it's just a general conversation, he's really laid back, and he's really, he's fun, but he's not like 1,000 miles an hour. And I'm telling you, he's so passionate about what he has learned from coming out of a wheelchair.
I mean, explain that he was in a wheelchair. He was hurt in a football accident at 14. He was in a wheelchair for 18 years, and they didn't believe he would ever be able to walk again.
They told him over and over he'd never be able to move from the neck down. And not only did he move from the neck down, he now gets up and walks. And I love it, because he'll walk out on stage and tell that story, and you're thinking, wait a minute, how did that work? Because he's standing there before you.
Yeah.
And we have witnessed him dancing, I'll just say.
I think I'm going to set my morning alarm to that video and just play it while I'm in the shower, because it'll get your day started.
Yes, two great
Better
books.
than music.
The first book is Essential Assertions, and the second book is Get Up, I Can't, or no, I can't, I will, I did.
Yeah.
Here's how.
Yeah, it's good stuff, and he's a powerhouse too. He's in the right circle. Pastor Marcus, if you're still listening, I still hope that you and Rodney will connect too, because you both have a lot to offer each other. You guys have to be related the way that you all blast through business. So
yeah.
Okay, so next we had
Deborah
Youngblood.
Deborah Youngblood. She's so beautiful. She's got such a sweet spirit, and she is precious. She was given the analogy, and I love this analogy, that we think that we can not fly because no one has ever flown before. And then here comes the airplanes that fly. We get on an airplane, and our facts and our truth changes.
Yeah.
Because now we realize we really can fly. We can defy gravity. And I take that as an amazing part of what we should practice personally and in business, that we can do things that we don't even realize we can do yet.
And we can do them more than once. Because she said, what if we got on the plane and thought, oh, well, that was really exciting, but I'm sure I could never do it again. That was a one-hit wonder. And she's like, there's a law of aerodynamics that says you can do it anytime if you follow the instructions. And we do. If you follow the steps, you can do it every time. You might start out wobbly. Wobble, baby, wobble. Wobble till you get it.
They have a song about that.
I know. I think it was written fun.
So the next we had
Joe
and Christina Moffat.
Oh, they were fantastic.
Holy moly. Those two are rocking the world. But the thing that I just admire about them, and I just can't help it. I am so smitten with them because they're so open and honest about the journey that it took to get to their relationship. They're very young, but they both made a commitment that they wouldn't settle anymore. They wouldn't compromise, that they would fix themselves before they would even consider a mate again. And, we were talking on one of the breaks after that about that they made a list of what they wanted in someone, what they didn't want in someone, but they also made a list of what it would look like if they lived up to themselves. They lived up to what that would take to get that kind of person.
If they were the kind of person they needed to be to have a healthy relationship with that someone.
Yeah, what changes did they have to make to be able to attract that kind of person?
And sometimes in our failures, we think love doesn't work because it failed us, or we think our business idea was a flop because it failed us. But in reality, we just weren't the person we needed to be at the time. We didn't have the understanding we needed at the time, or the diligence, or the toughness.
Actually, and I always call it, it's just a course correction.
Course correction,
yes.
Absolutely.
Well, they definitely got their course corrected.
They definitely got their
because they after they worked on themselves for years, it wasn't just like 2 weeks.
Right.
They got some things worked out in themselves, and then they met each other, and it was amazing because they both compared lists. They wouldn't even get in a relationship with each other, even though they were totally attracted to each other, until they checked their lists to make sure that they really were that person.
Yeah.
And now I'm happy to say they've been married almost 2 years, and baby boy Moffat is on the way. I can't wait. I've invited myself over.
I put on there, me too.
I love it. But they are definitely an inspiration. But they move past even just a relationship. They talk about they work on that every day.
And they help others.
But they also have a business of helping people with their relationships and helping people with their businesses. They've had some amazing wins, I will call them, where people who have gotten connected to them and had learned some tools and skills that they needed to learn. They have done amazing things in business.
I love the name of their business.
Yes.
Making life by design. Mastering life by design. Yes.
It's just incredible. So if you didn't see them, you need to go back and watch them because that was amazing. And then there was this crazy crew of princesses that came on for the Book to Business tour. And we're not going to repeat all that. We talked about what the Book to Business tour is all about and what,
And if I was too tough on you guys, because I realized I told you what you needed to do. If I was too tough on you, then not really sorry.
Yes, let me just tell you, she's not sorry.
No.
Thought I could make it, but no.
Suffice to say, if you think you have any kind of a book in you or any kind of an article in you, that the tour is free. And let us know if you would like us to come to your area. We may or may not be able to do that because we do have other businesses where we actually make money. But certainly let us know, and whatever we can do to help, we will do.
Because we do truly just believe in your stories. I gotta say, it's so exciting to hear stories that people might have thought just belonged to themselves, stories that people might have thought nobody would care about, stories people never expected to become, and to be privy to them today.
Yes. There's so much going on in this conference. I was going to be like all cute and ask for like takeaways and stuff, but I'm telling you, there's no way that we could even give our takeaways. Every single session had a takeaway. Every single session had multiple takeaways. And so the thing that I would like to end this conference on is the takeaway of giving hope. You know, this whole conference is about helping people who are stuck in a place, who don't know that there's hope to get out of it, introducing them to people who have gone through something similar so that they know that they can get out of that. They know they can get past it. When my son passed away, I can tell you, I thought the world had ended. And now, almost 17 years later, you know, this is one of the things that came out of that. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the circle of friends. I'm grateful for the people that we have met because of this. And I'm grateful that you all listen and participate. And I'm just a grateful mama.
I have to say, Kim, of anything I have done, and I've done a lot of conferences live as well as this whole new thing about Facebook Live. I feel that this is probably, I've been around all three of them. And I have to say, this is one of the most incredible experiences. And you have touched so many lives that we are grateful. Yes. We are grateful to you for coming up with the idea. Grateful just the fact that you are honoring your son in this way. So we love you. Thank you.
I love you. And thank you for like working, because that's the other thing. This is not easy to do. Anybody that's done a live video knows that one live video is hard enough, but we do 28 videos.
And it takes planning.
And it takes a lot of effort behind the scenes. So I'm thankful for everybody behind the scenes and everybody that makes this happen, because, you know, it does take all of us. It takes a team.
And, you know, work can be fun. Work can be a lot more fun than sitting on your fanny
wishing.
Have we had
any fun? Really?
I will say, can I just, I don't want to take away from that ending, because we, you know, that is the biggest thing, if we could say anything. But I just want to say thank you guys for supporting. You probably have noticed that some of the speakers aren't already professional speakers. They're professional artists, professional creators, professional fighters for innocent kids. I mean, they're professionals in other areas. They may not be professional speakers. And I am grateful to you guys for thumbs upping and sharing and helping them tell their stories.
Yeah, because we're not looking. That's the one thing I will say this too. If you're looking for polished, perfect speakers that have perfect lives and all that, please just forgive us. That's not us.
Yeah. We're about development, folks.
And we want people on that will be real. That's one of the requirements basically of being on as a speaker, is you have to be able to be vulnerable, because there's such power in that vulnerability. That's the tagline for this conference, is, you know, the power of vulnerability. So we want to keep it consistent with that. So no, we're not going to hire big name speakers to come and tell a polished tale. We want people to tell their real stories. You know, we want them to tell. So I appreciate you pointing that out, because I don't want anyone to think that we hire.
Right.
We
and
hire
we'll
people.
help you gladly to polish your tale. But that's not what we're.
Yeah, but none of the speakers are paid. They give of themselves generously, much to some of their duress, that I will not leave them alone. Because some of them do not like doing anything live or any video or it being in front of the camera, but they're too important. Their stories are too important not to share. Yes. So yes, I am a tenacious princess. So if you get on my hit list and I'm after you for doing a speaking thing, please just say yes. And save us both the trouble of the time it takes.
You might as well just give up, because you're going to do it anyway. You're going to just show up.
You're going to be so happy you did.
And you know, the people that are impacted by the speakers that show up. I just, man, I cannot tell you how many things have come from the Hope to Hope conferences that we've already had, and I'm sure that there will be things that come from this one, but we've had people be connected to people that they had no idea they could even be connected to, and be able to do things they didn't even imagine they could do. So I feel like it's not that I'm withholding information, I'm just privy to information that I don't have enough time to wear you out telling you. And
You'll have to come back.
So I want you to know that the things that go on, in the connection part of it, don't miss an opportunity for access. Don't miss an opportunity to connect with these amazing people. And thank you all, because I believe everybody that got on here was amazing. All of you listeners, all the ones that commented, please do like and share so that we can keep going and helping as many people as we can help. So thank you, ladies.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Miss Coni Meyers of Crystalline Moment Publishing, Miss Kristi Bridges of One Moment Wiser, and I'm Kim White with the My Sexy Business team, and we're signing off for the Hope to Hope conference.
See you in July.
Love you guys.